Hello, everyone. It's Sunday once again. Hope you've all had a relaxed day, or you are having a relaxed day if it's a relaxing day. If your Sunday has just started, like in other parts of the world, it's still morning there. In Manila, though, it's just gone 9 minutes past 7 here in the UK. In Manila, it's 9 minutes past 2 o'clock in the morning, which means that your Sunday has already ended. It's finished. So it's now Monday morning. Hope some of you are still up or have already woken up and joined us on this today's podcast. The last few weeks I've been talking to amazing drummers from Manchester, and today's guest is no exception. He's also from Manchester because I really don't know what it's about Manchester, but it just produces so many amazing musicians and amazing drummers as well. I'm so glad that he said yes because I saw them recently at supporting today's. Apparently, they're like the best band in the UK right now, and they're called the Lottery Winners. I hope they've reached the lottery winners have reached Manila. If some of you haven't heard of them, Google them and check them out. They're absolutely amazing. I've got to say that they're also from Manchester because I think Lee is part of the Greater Manchester area. So I like saying that they're from Manchester. But anyways, our guest is here now. So my dear friends, please welcome Oliver Clare.
Hello.
Yay! I'm
Thank
gonna
you.
say, I'm gonna say Oliver Clare from Shade. So yeah, that's the name of your band. So hello, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. Yeah. I've
Yeah.
just watched United. I don't really want to talk about it, so I'm not in the. I've it's ruined my
Oh,
weekend, but we move on
oh
from it.
no. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I
Oh,
mean,
it's all right.
I'm not really into football, but I don't, But when I came here for the first time in 1996,
Mm,
because I think they won the treble in 1999.
yeah. Mm,
Yeah, so that was good. I joined the parade then.
yeah. Oh, a lot's changed in 25, 6 years. Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
no, we're nowhere near that now.
Well, I just want to say thank you for saying yes to Ask the Drummer. I know you're very busy with the band and all
Mm,
sorts of things, but thank you so much. I'm glad that you're here.
no, of course. Thank you. Yeah.
All right. So, welcome to Ask the Drummer. Episode 167 is all about you, Oliver Clare. Um, and am I right in saying that you are born and bred in Manchester, right?
I am, yeah. So I'm originally from Boston, but I live in Failsworth now, which
Okay.
is it's only 10 minutes away, so not too far from the city centre. But I think we're closer to Oldham, if you know where that
Okay.
is. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But so yeah, what is it about Manchester though? It's like it's such an amazing city,
Mm.
and it just produces so like amazing musicians. So what was your Manchester like when you were growing up?
Yeah, I think obviously football and music is two massive things in Manchester. I think like the art scene. Um, it's just always, I don't know, you just sort of grow up with it. I don't know. I think it stems back from sort of like 80s, 90s with Stone Roses and Happy Mondays, and then obviously moving on with Oasis,
Yeah.
and then Verve come and just amazing bands. And obviously, yeah, you just grow up listening to that music and playing football. So it's just like I think everyone from Manchester sort of has this as a similar
Yeah.
upbringing, I think, yeah.
Were you aware though that the massive impact it has on in the whole wide world? Because it's not just in Manchester. I mean, Manchester music is like I'm originally from the Philippines, and it's even before the Stone Roses because the Smiths and Joy
Of
Division.
course, yeah. Sorry, I
Yeah.
forgot. I don't know how I forgot the Smiths then. Sorry about that, yeah.
So were you and New Order, of course. So were
Mm.
you aware of that impact that the city that you're actually born in? Do you
Yeah, I
know?
think so. Like when my parents listened to that, to obviously like the Manchester scene as well. So I think it was when. I started to play music, you start to realise how much of history like there is in Manchester and in music.
Yeah,
So I think when you're younger, you don't really think about it. But now I'm obviously a musician myself. Um, it is huge, and obviously, yeah, like you say, it's worldwide, and it's
yeah,
cool that one city can have that much power.
yeah. Because sometimes you hear bands saying that they're a Manchester band, but they're actually not from Manchester. But they
Mm,
just want to
yeah,
say that they are.
there's a few of them, yeah.
Yeah. I do believe that you're from a musical family because your brother
Mm,
was also in your band, Shade, but he's left now, hasn't he? He's not part of
yes,
Shade anymore.
yeah. So he actually was probably the person that made me want to join a band because he was in one um, prior to being in Shade
Yeah,
called Kalian. And I think watching him play live and everyone turning up, it really made me want to sort of get into it. So yeah, with obviously Adam being in the band and then the music that I got brought up on as well, just always bands, nothing else, just pure bands.
yeah, yeah. Any other member of your family, like parents, were they in a band or were they sort of like musicians as
No,
well?
it's funny
No.
actually because like my mum thinks she can sing. Um, she's in there actually. She's just pulled face at me. No, it's weird because like my cousin does a bit of singing and songwriting, but apart from that, there's not really any musicians. So me and my brother Adam, it was quite random just how
Yeah,
we got
yeah.
into it. Yeah.
Well, he plays bass,
Mm.
and you is is it like a conscious decision that you're gonna be playing the drums and he's gonna be playing the bass, or what got you into drumming? I mean, what?
I think, well, it's funny actually, from a young age, I think I was maybe 4. My dad bought me a drum kit for Christmas,
Okay, yeah,
um, and bought my brother a guitar. Um, didn't really, obviously, from that being that young, didn't really have an interest in it. But I think my first sort of memories from wanting to be a drummer was being at my dad's watching. Do you remember Kerrang, the music video,
oh yeah,
the
yes,
music
yeah, yeah.
channel?
The channel, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, and I think it was always like Foo Fighters would come on,
Oh
obviously
right,
Taylor
right.
Hawking, and I think it was always the Pretender would come on. I'd be like banging on the floor and stuff, and I thought, wow, that's what I want to do that now. It's that seems fun.
But did you try to learn other musical instruments?
No, drums was always first, I think, but it was quite strange because I played football a lot as well. I was sort of that was what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a
Oh,
footballer,
okay. Yeah.
um, and then it was only sort of towards the end of high school, probably year 10. Um, you choose your options in high school, so I was like, well, I'll do music, see what comes of that.
Oh,
Started
okay.
playing the drums, and then from then got into a little bit of guitar, and now I can play quite a few instruments, and I
Oh,
love it.
brilliant.
Yeah,
But did you have well in high school? So you had proper drumming lessons. So did you
that's the
take
thing.
it?
I had one drumming lesson in
You had
school. Yeah,
okay.
and I thought it was really boring.
You know, when I posted a video of Shade
Mm,
during the lottery, the set that you did at the
yeah.
lottery gig in Lee, a couple of my friends have actually responded to it, and one of them said, and this is from a drummer. He said that good drummer, that lad, so relaxed, technically very tidy, and looks like he's enjoying it. So that's from a that comes from a drummer. And then the other one, I'm not sure if he's a drummer himself, but he said that drummer knows what he's doing. So
Oh, I'm glad other people think so.
so from someone who's only had one drumming
Mm,
lesson, they can tell, these drummers can tell that you know what you're doing. So
Yeah. Oh, that's good then. Yeah. I think it was weird because I think a lot of people um assume that I've had like loads of lessons and stuff, and I literally
yes.
had one, and I just thought this is really boring. So I think it's just something like I was meant to be a drummer,
Yeah,
just
it's a
natural.
gift.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always say that it's a gift. Like it's natural. It's got to be for a drummer. It's got to be in you. I always tell
Mm,
this. I was talking to someone today about it because I did try it myself. I had 3 lessons,
mm.
but I just knew that it's not for me. I just couldn't. I couldn't do it. It's
Is a lot of I think people um it's quite overwhelming with how much you're actually doing. I don't think people realize the multitasking that you've got to
yeah,
do to
yeah,
drum.
yeah.
You know, one side's doing something, the other side's doing something else, and um, yeah, I think drumming as a whole is quite underappreciated because I think people just think that you hit things, and but no, it's a lot
No,
more to it than
that's right.
that.
Yeah, that is true. And do you sing, or you just leave the singing to?
Yeah, I mean, when we first started, I did like backing vocals when we was doing the covers and stuff. I do sing on some of our recordings,
Yeah,
but no, I
not
can't
when you're doing it
concentrate.
live.
Yeah, I think because I'm quite an energetic drummer, so I sort of like to show off a little bit as well. And I feel like if I'm trying to sing and moving about too
It's
much. So I
yeah.
thought, well, no, I don't want to do that anymore.
Right. Well, is Shade your first band, or did you have another
Yeah.
band before that?
It, so me and Luke, the singer, we was in when we was in school, we started a band called The Void with one of our old schoolmates as well. So it was just three of us then, um, just doing like the local pubs and like the local sort of festivals that they put on.
Yeah.
Um, So we didn't really think anything of it then. Um, and then it was when we went to music college, we thought, all right, that's when Ben, the guitarist, joined.
Oh,
Let's
right.
just
Okay.
rebrand. So it was like, oh, Shade, that's cool. And so
Where did
yeah, it's
it?
been
Where did the name come from? Why did you choose Shade?
don't
And
actually
this
know
is
where
all caps. It's not Shade with a capital S. It's Shade all caps.
yeah,
Yeah.
full capitals. Yeah, I think we was just writing words down. I think because we always said it looks better than it sounds. So, like on a poster, Shade in capital letters, we thought that looks cool. Um, yeah, I don't actually know. It was just like, yeah, Shade done. Because I feel like you can overdo it, like, oh no, that's not that, and you can have 100 different ideas.
Yeah.
Um, but it was just like, it looks cool. Uh, and then it stuck. It just stuck ever since. Yeah,
Yeah. Well, if you search for Shade on Facebook, there's actually another Shade, all caps as well. And he's an Italian rapper
and it's
whose
oh.
whose real name is Vito Ventura.
Well, he's got a cool name already, hasn't he? He could have used his own name.
So that's what I'm wondering. Why did you choose that name? It's the same thing with him. So like it's got all caps as well. It's a
Yeah.
Shade.
Oh, well,
Shade.
I mean, hopefully is he famous or is he? I
Well,
don't.
it looks like he's got loads of followers. He's got thousands
Oh,
and thousands of followers.
well, so
But
do
if
we,
no
so
one,
it's all right.
yeah, if no one's contacted you about that name, so that
Mm.
means you're
No,
okay
that's
to
all.
have
Yeah,
Shade.
that's okay.
Yeah. I've just noticed your tattoo there. There,
Yeah,
that one.
that one.
The drumsticks. I
Yeah,
was thinking of having that as well, but I had a different one instead because
yeah,
I do love like drum related tattoos. But yeah, so that's
yeah. I
really
think
cool.
that's one of that was my first tattoo.
All right.
But I do want. some other sort of. I
Yeah,
don't really know. It's hard for drums because it's you know a drum kit probably wouldn't look great, and then like a cymbal because it's just a circle, isn't it? Really, it's just loads of circles.
yeah.
Um, so, but yeah, I think that's
That
my
drumsticks,
music.
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's brilliant actually. You have to forgive me though, because I realized now when I was searching for Shade for my
Mm.
script, I have seen you before.
Oh, really? Oh,
And this is in 2018 because I thought
wow.
when I saw you in Lee, I thought that singer, I know him because
Mm.
I recognize his face, but now I realize now it's the MMTV. um
Right.
when he
Okay.
was still in Ancoats, I think it was in
Mm.
2018 it says. And
Wow.
um
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, that was like, God, that's 7 years ago now. So, but you look really different there. I think you had like a skinhead kind of
Yeah.
haircut.
Oh God, I had a very terrible. Yeah, I had a questionable haircut and style as well. I think I saw the picture before, and
Yeah.
I had some stripy jumper on and like checkered Vans or something. I don't know who dressed me.
Well, it's funny because when I looked at that set of photographs, the headliners at the time was Time for Action, which is Dermo's other band.
Yeah.
And I
Right.
just saw Dermo in Northside last night, and I thought, wow, what a coincidence.
Oh, the was it Gorilla? Was that
Yeah,
one?
at
Gorilla.
Gorilla, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's absolutely amazing. I was just saying to, I commented on their page that this is what I came here for. This is what,
Mm.
I think for me, like that gig last night at Gorilla, with Northside and Concrete Club, yeah, and
Yeah.
Narcissus. This is the Manchester that I was thinking of, and that's what
Yeah.
I came, I came to live here for. So yeah, that was just absolutely amazing. So Shade's been going for a long time, since 2018, because that's when you did a set
Mm.
um, at MMTV. The only reason why I thought you were a new band is because you've got a new manager,
Yeah.
Owen.
So it it's funny really because we started in 2018, but then we only really started to get sort of a bit of publicity after, like during lockdown and after lockdown. Uh, we did a lot of videos and released a lot of music, and so it is strange. Obviously, a lot of bands, obviously, in the background, like lottery winners, they've been together for 16 years, I think they said, and it's
Yeah,
like it's such a long time. Um, but yes, with Owen, he's great. Um, we've not been with him long, but it's going well. Yeah, we've got
yeah.
the festival as well, After All
That's
Festival.
right. Yeah, yeah. Because Owen is like the new Tony Wilson, isn't he? I mean, he's like finding out all these, fantastic bands and then putting up his own festivals and all that.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why I thought, oh, he's got a new band called Shade. And then I forgot about, seeing you already in 2018. So what's it like now that you've got a new manager?
I think it takes a little bit of pressure off ourselves where, because obviously we've had labels in the past that haven't really worked out. We feel like we work better um, as a band, like us- independently. So it takes a little bit of pressure off, especially like with booking gigs and stuff. We
Yeah,
can sort of concentrate on writing, recording, and just rehearsing.
that is
Um,
true. Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, and yeah, I think it just takes the pressure off, and he comes up with good ideas for us as well to do. So yeah, it's been good so
I
far. Yeah,
think, yeah, yeah. Well, I've got a question from Ian Key. I believe you
yeah,
know Ian Key. I've got
yeah,
to say a massive shout out to Ian. If he's watching, thank you so much, Ian. He's very supportive, actually. He's
mm,
really good. He's a good man, Ian.
he is.
So Right. The first one is apparently you lost your passport in Lancaster.
Yeah.
But when was this? When did you lose it?
So we played. It's funny because I've got a story for this as well. So we played in Lancaster, maybe, oh, what year was it? 2020, 2021, 2020,
Okay.
around that
So it's
time.
after, yeah, after COVID, then after
After
lockdown. Yeah,
COVID, yeah.
yeah,
So it was like when everything was just coming back to normal a little bit. Um, we did this uh, gig with quite a few bands. I think Roller were supporting us on there as well. Um, so anyway, someone robbed my jacket off a chair. Didn't see it since.
Oh,
And I know what he's referring to here because there's a story. We played with Louis Tomlinson and Blossoms and the Cribs and a few others 2 years ago in Italy.
yeah.
And obviously, with it being locked down, I didn't, I was like, I don't need a passport. We're not flying anywhere.
Yeah.
Um, and then we get an email from Louis Tomlinson's management was like, oh yeah, do you fancy playing a festival in Italy next week? I was like, oh no, I ain't got a passport. Um, so yeah, turns out obviously we went. I nearly didn't go though, um because I lost it. They thought I
Yeah.
lost it. They had to do sort of background checks on me and stuff that took up to 5 days. And I was like, oh no, I'm not going now.
Oh
It's
God.
like ruined. But long story short, the passport came and I played
This was the
in
new
Italy.
one. Did you
Yeah,
get the old passport back?
no, I've no idea where it is.
So no one's returned it.
I think my jacket was stolen, so
Oh,
yeah, that's somewhere in the world now.
oh God.
Oh,
Well, yeah. Well, Aiden said that Aiden is my tech support. He said the sound is great now. I didn't realize that there was a slight echo before, but now it's okay. And picture
oh, it's
very
okay.
good as well. Yeah. So that's, yeah, everything's fine.
Oh,
So
good.
apparently Louis Tomlinson, I've got to say,
Mm.
I'm familiar with the name, but I had to Google it. So he's in One Direction.
He was, yeah, and it was weird because we was as a we obviously we didn't really we was like, oh, this is massive, but then when you sort of look into Louis Tomlinson, it's like, wow, this is massive. One Direction were like the
Yeah,
biggest
yeah,
thing on the planet, weren't they, at one point?
that's right. Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, it was cool.
And apparently he's a fan. He's a big fan of Shade.
He is, yeah. He
Yeah,
he messaged us. It was like before, just a couple of weeks before the festival,
yeah,
and he found our Spotify, and he was just listening to us, and he was like, "Oh, like these are great and stuff. I love your music." Um, so yeah, and obviously when we met him in Italy, he was saying like how much he likes us and stuff. So that was
yeah.
nice. Yeah.
That's where he lives now in Italy.
Does he live there? Oh, right, I didn't know that
Maybe
actually.
because,
Yeah.
you know, when I googled him, actually he says that he's a fashion designer as well. So it's not just, it's not just
Ah,
One
right.
Direction, but yeah. So and he does this regularly, which is Away from Home Festival.
Yeah.
That's the one that you went into and you played there, Away from
Hmm.
Home. Yeah, and again from Ian, he wanted to ask you, how have you adjusted since your brother left? Because apparently, when it's a very
Yeah.
tight unit when you and your brother were there.
Yeah, I was obviously gutted when he left because, you not to copy Oasis because we never ever want to do that, because we are our own band, but we
Yeah,
wanted to sort of carry that sort of, I don't know, two brothers in a band and
yeah,
and sort of going to the top. And we've always thought that would be so cool, to do, obviously from being influenced as kids and then
yeah,
doing it together. Obviously, I'm happy that that we did it for so long, and we went to Italy and we did all these big gigs and sold out every single show we did in Manchester on our tours. So
Yeah.
it was great, but I think, yeah, it took a little bit of getting used to, um, because I was like, oh, my brother's not in the band anymore, so
Can can I
um,
can I ask why he left?
yeah, so we didn't. There was no like falling out. It was all
Okay.
on his decision. Obviously, he moved, or he now lives in Warrington, um, and he got a new job, and it was really good. Obviously, job opportunity for him, and moved over to Warrington. Um, so it would have been a little bit too much for him to juggle the band, which
Yeah.
is basically another full-time job. Um, and then so yeah, obviously we understood, and I was still like trying to argue. I was
Getting.
like, no, you can like get the train and stuff, but no,
Yeah, it's not
it might,
far. Yeah,
it's not,
Warrington is
but
not far.
yeah. But I think I understood. I think obviously a couple of weeks went by, and I thought, yeah, fair enough. It's his decision, and so yeah, we didn't. It wasn't a falling out, or no arguing anyway.
Yeah. So, is it easier having a brother in the band, or do you think it's better because at least you can just be? Is he older than you or younger than you?
He's older, yeah. He's 3 years
Oh,
older than me. Mm.
okay. So, is it? How would you compare it with your brother in the band, and now that he's
It
not there anymore?
it was, and this is nothing on Mason, our bass player, by the way. This isn't anything on anyone. It was better with Adam, but it wasn't easier because we'd always argue all the time.
Like
Because
brothers do, yeah.
yeah, he because he knows that obviously maybe not now, but like a few years ago, I'd have quite a bit of a short fuse, a fast fuse, and he just knows how to push my buttons. And um, I mean, that's what big brothers do, don't they? So I
Yeah,
can't blame
yeah.
him.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've seen. So, were there five of you before, or is it just five members in
Yeah,
the band, or is it four?
we was always four for as long as like from since the day we started
Yeah,
Shade.
yeah,
And then the music that we was writing, we sort of, because we put a lot of piano and synth sounds into a lot of our recordings. So we thought, well, do we play to tracks, or do we get a keyboard player in? So obviously we ended up getting Mac, the keyboard player, in. And then obviously that fizzled out, didn't really work. So now we're playing to tracks. So we've just done
yeah,
a full
yeah,
circle, and now we're playing to tracks as a four
yeah.
piece.
Because I have seen a publicity shot with the five of you, and I was so
Mm,
like trying to figure out which one is which. So when I saw in Lee, you've still got the guitar player, of course. Luke is
yeah.
there, and yourself, and the bass player is a new guy, or how long have you had?
Yeah, so
Guitar?
Mason joined like last back end of last year, so like
Oh, okay.
maybe November, December time. We went to school with Mason. He's a couple of years
All
younger
right.
than us.
Okay.
He was in a band that we knew.
Yeah.
Um, so it was like a no-brainer. We need a bass player, and we know Mason, so we asked
Yeah.
him, and he's been great. Yeah, he's been really good.
So you didn't do any audition. You just sort of like said, "Come and join us." And
It, to be fair, it was supposed to be an audition. It was sort of
yeah,
like come and have a little practice with us and a bit of a jam, and
yeah,
try and. I think we said let's try and learn 3 to 5 songs and see where it goes. And he's just a really quick learner, and I think he learned. I think we did like 8 or 9 songs in one night,
yeah,
and we were
yeah,
like, well, we've got a gig next week, so we dragged him into the deep end, but he smashed it, and we thought, well, there's no point. looking for anybody else now. So Mason's
So so that's the band now. You
yeah,
may,
that's
yeah, yeah,
all of us now. That's it. No
yeah.
more changes, hopefully.
No more.
No.
Yeah. Well, you did you posted a video of you doing "I Want to Be Adored" by the Stone
Mm,
Roses, and it's so amazing that Ian Brown actually commented on it, and he
yeah,
said something like, yeah, "This is the best Roses cover I've heard," and he wished you luck. He said, "Good luck, rooting for you." How is
yeah.
that? I mean, how did you feel when you got that message from Ian Brown himself, the Stone Roses man? So
It was so weird. Obviously, it's like we was in a podcast yesterday, funnily enough, and they asked us, and we didn't know how to answer it because we do get, we get the odd sort of music celebrity commenting and following us and
yeah,
sort of sending us messages. And I think to the rest of the band, it didn't really settle in, and we was like, "Oh, that's cool." And then it was my dad. My dad really put it into perspective. He was like, "This is Ian Brown.
I know.
Like, this
Yeah,
is
that's Ian Brown. Yeah,
this is the Ian Brown Stone Roses. Like, do you understand how big like the Stone Roses are?" And I was like, "Oh my God, yeah, true." I'd literally got a poster on my wall in my bedroom of Stone Roses, and I
yeah,
was
yeah.
like, "Yeah, that is pretty crazy, actually." But I think it was more like shock. We were just like, "Oh, we didn't think it was real at first." It was like, "Oh, some guy's just pretending to be Ian Brown."
No,
Um,
he is quite active. He is quite active
mm,
on social media, I think. So
yeah, it was crazy. So we proper appreciated it, and so yeah, hopefully can come down to a couple of gigs. That'd be nice.
yeah. Have you met them? Have you met the Stone Roses? Any member of the Stone Roses?
Only Manny. Manny
Manny.
lives local, so we've met Manny a couple of times,
Yeah.
but not the rest of the band. No, um, I've been to see them when they came back. I think it's
Was it
2016.
2016? 2016,
Yeah,
yeah. Etihad Stadium. Yeah, I was
yeah,
there.
the empty had, I like to call it.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh,
but it was full. It was full that day. Yeah.
oh yeah. No, because the Stone Roses are actually the reason why. I mean, I've always been a big fan of the Smiths because when I was
Mm,
still in the Philippines, they were like my band, the Smiths.
mm,
So and that's how I found out about Manchester. But when I was living in the Middle East, it was the Stone Roses that really got me focused on coming here and wanting to be here. And when I saw that, it's like Ian Brown himself, was
yeah.
telling you that he's rooting for you. It was like
It's crazy. I
amazing.
think I think, obviously, like I said about when my dad texts me, it's such a culture like thing with it, obviously not just being Manchester, but one of the sort of one of the bands that started this whole like with the Manchester
The
scene, really.
Manchester
Obviously,
scene, yeah,
we
yeah,
say
yeah,
the Smiths, but in terms of who brought the next band out, basic really, because I know Liam Gallagher always says that Noel Gallagher, Noel Gallagher, I can't speak today.
no,
Liam always says that the Stone Roses was like his biggest, like, wow, I want to be like them.
yeah,
And it's
yeah.
just, I just feel like we've just got this sort of train of bands. So hopefully we can be the
The
new,
next, yeah, the next big.
yeah, yeah, the next big thing.
So, like, yeah, no, I mean, one of the guests, so like the ultimate guest for us, the drummer is Rennie, but I think
Mm,
he's like disappeared. No one knows where he is, and it's like he's not on social media.
yeah.
So at least with John Squire, I mean, Manny, I have met Manny. He's such a lovely man. But John
Mm,
Squire, sometimes when he does his arts, like painting and all that, you can see him, and of course he did something with Liam Gallagher as well.
yeah, he
So
did an
Liam Gallagher
album
and
a
John
couple of
Squire.
years, yeah.
Yeah, but Rennie I have no idea where he is. I'm trying to contact or like find
We
out
need to send
anyone.
like a search party out for him, don't we? Because he is absolutely like ridiculous at the drums. It's just he
Yeah,
doesn't play what you would expect to hear on a song. So like a lot of Stone Roses tunes, funky bass lines and the really cool riffs, and he just plays the opposite to what you think you should hear, and I just love
yeah.
it. I think it's so cool.
But a lot of people call him like the machine, isn't it? It's like
Yeah.
he's not. It's almost like he's not real. He's not human.
Mhm.
It's like-
I've never heard drum beats from anyone like honestly. It's just and it makes you dance and it shouldn't
yeah,
because it's like it's so confusing even as a
yeah.
drummer. I'm just like wow.
And another thing is he's got a absolutely amazing voice as well. He's a brilliant
Mm.
singer. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's so
I
good.
always thought that as well with the microphone that he had strapped to his face. Like, how can you play such intricate, sort of technical drums and then obviously still harmonize
Yeah,
like an
yeah.
angel behind Ian Brown?
Aren't you thinking maybe you could do that with the band with Shade? Maybe start doing that with the thing on you,
Maybe.
the
Yeah. Or
microphone.
what coffee? Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'd be like copying him too much there with a bucket hat as well.
Yeah,
Um, Nah, I think we'll let him have that. That's his thing. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah. You mentioned After All Festival. That's going to be next month,
Hmm.
10th of May, and you're the headliners.
Yeah.
Um, and this is just a 1 day festival, isn't it? It's like it starts, I think, at 12 noon and until midnight or something. So,
Yes, I think yeah, something like that. I think we're on at about 9 o'clock. Um,
and this is it's in three different venues. So
yeah.
it's,
Where's
I think it's
the
Gulliver's, and I don't know what the Bear Hat is the other one. I'm not sure about Night and Day. Is Night and Day gonna be? Where
is
are
it
you
night
gonna
and
be
day?
playing?
We're at Gulliver's. I think
Gulliver's,
it's
okay.
is it the Castle?
The Castle Hotel. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Maybe,
So
yeah. I'm
okay,
guessing. I feel like I
okay,
should know the answer to that, but we're playing at
okay.
Gulliver's, yeah.
Oh, you play at Gulliver's. It's at 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking of going there, but the only thing is because I work on Saturday. So if you're on at 9 o'clock, then that's fine. I can actually
Yeah.
see you at 9 o'clock.
Oh, perfect.
But yeah, also that's not the only way you'll be playing it because um, you're going to be supporting someone called Laurie Wright. Now I had to Google him because I have no idea
Yeah.
I have no idea who he is, but it sounded like he's good, like a good artist. And you're going to be supporting him night and day on the 6th of May.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good gig that. He's from like the other end of the country, so he's from London.
Yeah.
But he's a proper cool guy. I like his music, so I think it'll be a fun gig that one.
How do you? This is something that I'm really curious about. It's like, how do you find support bands? Like, Laurie Wright is not from Manchester, or is not from. Are you gonna be? Because I think he's going on tour. Are you gonna be touring with him, or is it just doing the Manchester gig
I
that
think it's
you're?
just the Manchester one. I think he's just got a different support in each city that he's doing. So I think
Yeah.
obviously he'll have like I think he's doing Northwest, so I think he'll have a band from Liverpool when he does Liverpool, and I think he's doing Scotland as well. So I think he's just chose bands from that city to support.
How do bands get a support slot for?
Um,
Oh, is it the managers? Is it the managers' sort of like job to do that? Is it? Was it Owen who
it's
the
it's a little bit of everything, really. I think it's been noticed because obviously we've picked up when we've done headlines before. Sometimes we've had to just find someone on Instagram or and just go, oh wow, like they're really
yeah.
good. So it could be through social media and obviously listening to the music.
Oh,
Agencies that we are signed up with an agency now, um, and obviously, yeah, managers. So it's
Yeah,
it could be one of them things, or all three. Really,
yeah,
you just sort of once you make a name for yourself, then people go, oh, Shade would be good to have on, and so I
yeah.
think it's just building a reputation, really.
Well, I don't know if you want to talk about this, but recently I found out again on social media that there is such a thing as pay for play or something like that. That support acts actually pay to. Have you heard of that, or is that something that
Uh, what
to
they
support
pay?
some?
They
Yeah, to
pay
support
to support.
someone,
Oh,
to so that you can support someone or something like that. Has that ever happened to you, or not really? No.
no, I think I've never even heard of that.
No, because
I
yeah,
feel
because
like that's.
apparently with so like especially if it's like a really big band and
Mm,
you want to be the support act for it, there is such a thing that you pay to be the support act.
ooh,
So
I don't. I
that's
don't think I'd like that. I think
no, no.
that's cheating. You like paying your way through. No, I think you
Yeah,
deserve. I
that's
think you have to earn it. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So that's
Mhm.
never happened to Shade.
No, no. But I mean, people can pay us to
Yeah,
support us. That's
that's
absolutely
right.
fine.
Yeah,
But no, I'll definitely won't be paying any bands to support. No.
yeah. You're also doing other festivals like Tramlines in July.
Yeah, that'll be
Um,
fun. I'm looking forward to that one. Yeah.
yeah, and in Sheffield, there's Bring the Noise as well. That sounds like a really good festival. That Bring the Noise.
Yeah, there's some good bands on. So that's 26th of April, so it's only
Yeah.
a couple of weeks away.
Oh
So I think
yeah, yeah,
who's on is like Stone, Pastel, who are great. Like they supported Liam Gallagher.
yeah, yeah,
Um, I think is it the Coversets and Bilk as well. So
yeah.
some good bands. Shade as well. They're all right.
Of course, yeah. Is that Stone from Liverpool? Is it?
So yeah, from
Yeah.
Liverpool. Yeah,
So it's John Power's son, who's the lead singer, Finley.
is that who it is? Oh, I didn't even know that actually.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so it's
We
John Powers. Yeah, they're quite big now because
mm,
I saw them. I remember seeing them when they were starting, and he's a great guy, John Powers' son. So yeah, that sounds like a really good festival. That Bring the Noise.
yeah, we
Um,
nearly
and then,
supported them actually as well.
oh,
I
right.
think there was like you sort of comment on the Instagram post to get sort of to choose who gets the support, and we didn't
Yeah.
get it, and we was a bit like, oh, but no, you can't get them all.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. But you're doing a headlining. You're headlining um, in October.
Yeah,
This is actually my daughter's birthday, the 4th of October, and it's going to be at Gorilla. I mean,
yeah,
I think that's going to be a really good gig because that venue is amazing. I do
yeah.
love Gorilla, so yeah. So you
Looking
are,
forward to it.
yeah. You are really busy as you know, like the band. And any new material coming out soon?
Yeah, so it's funny because literally on Friday we've got so many songs, it's crazy. Like we've got so many tunes to bring out, but it's more like we're trying to structure it in a way that it has a bit of sort like so it makes sense with the time of year. So obviously now summer's sort of around the corner, and we
Yeah,
want to bring a sort of summery anthem out. So we've got I've just finished drums for all the demos. Well, I say demos. I think they are going to be the final
the final. Yeah, yeah,
recordings. So
yeah, yeah,
they're in the works. So yeah, hopefully, just before summer, I think we're going to try and get another song out, and then for the
yeah.
rest of the year, we've got loads to bring out. So I think that's the best way to do it.
And is it going to be released on physical format or uh, downloads?
We've always discussed it. We do want to, like bring on a vinyl
Yeah,
maybe one
yeah,
day. But I mean, if we get the opportunity to do it, then I definitely do because I think it would be great to sort of have that, rather than having it streamed on your phone,
Yeah, yeah, of
takes
course.
away the. So I would love to have a vinyl one day.
Yeah, because you can't really ask the band members to sign your phone or to sign
Mm,
something.
yeah,
You
can you?
can't.
Yeah,
Vinyl is actually really good because you can go up to the band members and ask them to sign things. So
mm,
yeah, that hopefully you'll be able to like release something on physical
yeah.
form.
We need
Um,
someone to sign us so they can pay for it because it's expensive
well,
vinyls.
Owen, yeah, Owen will probably Owen has to do
Yeah,
his job and
he
get
can
you
pay.
that kind of thing. Yeah. Well, you mentioned that it all depends on what the season is, so you think of coming up with a summary, so like tune.
Yeah.
Have you got anything for the winter as well? Is there like a winter tune?
We do. It's funny because we are sort of a winter band, and I don't know how that makes sense in any way, but to us it does. So, like, we do write quite
Like
sort of
dark?
melodic, not dark, just more like how would you say, sort of like your Champagne Supernova type
Oh, okay.
songs.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
very anthemic, but slow,
Yeah.
catchy
Yeah.
songs. So like
Yeah.
Interstellar, I think is probably a good example of that. And we have got one that's I think it is our best song, and we're just trying to pick the right time to release it because we feel as if people hear that song, then
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
it should do
It
well.
should be, yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, what's your writing process like? Do you do your own like drum? I always say riff, but I think it's
Mm.
like drum beats, right? So who's the main songwriter
So
in?
Luke writes the lyrics, and obviously he'll come up with the chords first. Usually writes the chorus first, um, and then we just sort of um, Luke said it yesterday actually on another podcast. It was like he draws the picture and we color it in.
Oh,
So
that's
it's like
great.
he brings the idea, and I think we're really good, especially me and Ben. We're just very good at knowing what to play
Yeah,
and always trying to be a little bit different as well because I know it's hard on the drums to sort of try and come up with something different every time because there's only so much you can do really on a drum
yeah,
kit. Um, so I think we are quite uh, productive in it, and we do it quite quick as well.
yeah.
So I do like
So
it.
all the
Uh,
drum things, they're all yours. They're all
yeah.
your idea. It's not like Luke saying, "This is what I want it to sound like," and you just
Sometimes I think if we're when we record, so like Luke produces us as well. So
Oh,
um,
yeah, yeah,
sometimes he might say, "Oh, maybe don't do that bit there. Save it for a different." So he sort of helps in that way. But everything that I play is sort of my.
it's your
Uh,
yeah,
it's me, yeah,
yeah, your own beat, your
yeah.
own sort of like yeah,
With
yeah.
with and if well, I don't know if how well people listen to drums, but a lot of my tunes are just Arctic Monkeys songs, so I'll hold my hands up and say I do copy them
Oh,
sometimes, but I
oh,
put my own twist on them.
oh, okay. All
Yeah.
right. Yeah. No, when you're not doing gigs,
Mm.
or when you're not with the band, do you get recognized?
Yeah,
Yes.
sometimes it's because I don't really think of that side of it. So, because I think we always forget that we do have a lot of followers on social media, and um, we
Yeah.
are constantly sort of in the
Public. Yeah, you're a public
public
figure.
eye. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
and especially in Failsworth, uh, everyone sort of knows who I am. That sounds really sounds dead cringy, that, doesn't it? But like, I don't don't want to sound, what's the
No,
word?
it's true
Yeah,
because
but I do. Yeah, it's. I think I
yeah,
got. I was in town actually. I was in Manchester. Um, and I was in a bar and some guy came up to me. He's like, "Oh, are you in Shade?" And I was just like, I was just dead blown away from it. I was just like, "What? That's so weird that this random guy's just come up to me and
yeah,
knew who I was." I thought it was dead cool.
yeah,
But I don't really think about it, but I do like it a little bit.
and you've got to like, how do you respond to so like people like this guy? Did he ask for a photograph with you
Yeah, so we
or
got a picture, and I was just really grateful. I was just because I don't see myself as a famous person or anything like that. I just for me, I just play music and people love it, and
yeah?
I'm more thankful for them doing it
Oh,
because it's sort of gives you a little bit of a buzz because it's like, oh, that's cool.
oh, yeah,
Um, but I'm really appreciative of it, and I think
yeah.
it's great. Yeah.
So you're okay with people asking you for photographs,
Oh, of
and
course, yeah, definitely.
hopefully you'll stay that way though, because when Shade become really really big, that maybe it
Mm.
was like, oh no, sorry, no photograph.
I know. I honestly, I hate people that turn. I know, obviously, like fame can change people, and
Yeah,
I
yeah,
really hate that. Like, eh, you're just a human, and it's like you're nothing. You're famous, but you should
yeah,
always like. I always like revert back to like footballers. You should always give time for the supporters. Whether it's signing and taking pictures and having a chat,
yeah,
that should always stay. Like
yeah.
nothing should ever change.
Well, do you get starstruck yourself?
Oh yeah, I'm like I think I'm trying to think who I've met there where I've just been like, huh. I don't know. I think in music, not really, because we
Oh,
are sort of
because
hanging
you're in the
around.
industry, because you're in part of it.
Yeah,
So
so it's
yeah,
like we're getting used to it now. So like, I remember the first time we played with the lottery winners at a festival, and we met them. And Luke, who's a big fan of him, he was like, "Oh my God!" And I was like, "Wow, this is actually real." I was like, "Ooh, these are like pretty famous." And then playing with them the other week,
yeah, yeah,
because
yeah.
we've met Luke, we've been with Louis Tomlinson. I've been in a club with him at 4 in the morning in Italy. That was like mental. The Cribs and Blossoms. So it's just I don't know. Yeah, I do get starstruck, but it's more. Um, I think it sounds childish, but like footballers, I get
Oh,
starstruck by footballers. Yeah,
oh, okay. And do you ask for photos and signatures?
sometimes. Yeah, I feel like because I'm 24 now, and I feel like I don't know. It depends who it is. Um, if it's like an absolute legend, an
Yeah,
icon, then it's like you have to ask. But I've met a few footballers, and it's just like, ooh, do I disturb? Do I bother them? I'll be all right. I've seen them.
I mean, what about like David Beckham? David Beckham is like, would you
If I
ask?
met Beckham, I think, yeah, I think I'd definitely be starstruck, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah. Or Cantona,
Um,
Eric Cantona.
the King.
Yeah, the
Oh, that would be. Do you know what? It was funny because he's just bought or like he's is shareholder of FC United. So it's like the fans football club, which is literally in Moston. It's like on Broadhurst Field where I literally grew up playing football. Um,
oh,
and I think he's just put money into it, and that's Eric Cantona, like the king. And
yeah,
yeah, I'd definitely be starstruck if I met Eric
yeah.
Cantona. Yeah.
Do you know that he sings as well?
Yeah, I've I've heard some of it. Would you call it singing or
Because I remember it was last year. I think it was last year that I've seen it on Facebook that he's gonna be doing gigs, and
Ooh.
but it was a bit expensive, and I thought, I mean, I do like Eric Cantona because I remember him with the flying kick and things like
Mm,
that. Even though I'm not really a big football fan, I mean, Eric Cantona is like the Manchester United, so like football
yeah.
player. So yeah,
I
so
I heard a couple, a few of his things. It's not great.
it's not,
I mean, let's be honest. You've got at least he's good at something. Well, he's cool,
yeah,
and he was
yeah,
amazing at football, and we'll
yeah.
leave
So
it at
it's
that.
not something that you'd go because you wanted to meet Eric Cantona. So you're like,
If I got to meet him after it, then I'd go. But not it's not my cup of tea, to be honest.
okay, yeah. Right. Well, I know it's nearly, we're chatting for about an hour now, but
Mm,
I've still got four, like the regular questions that I always ask
yeah,
our guests. So, first one is, you said yourself that you're a bit of a showman when it comes to your drumming.
yeah.
I haven't seen you twirl though. Do you twirl when you play drums?
Do you know what? I can't do it. I can do
Okay.
I can do one, and then I'm like dropping them, and yeah, I can't do it. I think it's one thing. I always watch like my favorite drummers, Matt Helders from Arctic Monkeys, and I think what song is it? Usually like knee socks. So all he's doing is just a kick pedal, and
Yeah.
he's just spinning them. I'm just like, that's so
How do you?
cool, and I can't do it. And yeah, and people always think drummers should just be able to do that, and I really can't do it.
Have you been practicing?
I actually do practice. It's more of an illusion. You've just got to, it's like you spin it and twirl your wrist so it
Yeah.
looks like it's going round your fingers. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't do it.
Well, Mark Brzezicki from Big Country, he said the same thing. It's like an illusion that you.
Mm, yes, I just can't get my head around it. Honestly, I
Yeah,
can't do it. One day.
I'm gonna say. I just want to say that Clem Burke, who left the planet recently,
Mm,
he was a brilliant twirler. He was really good. That
yeah,
really hit hard. I mean, I know. Um, Sometimes it makes you think that you don't even know the person, but and they don't even know you. But
mm,
especially when it's a drummer who's like dies, it just makes you feel like, oh my god, so it's
yeah.
one less drummer in the world, and God, but yeah,
And
yeah. So,
I think recently as well, Tony from the Jam, like my dad's favorite
oh,
band ever.
Rick Buckler from the
Rick,
Jam,
what am I
yeah.
saying? Who's Tony then?
Was I thought I was all like, who's Tony?
Don't know where
You
Tony
know,
come from. Rick, sorry, yeah.
yeah, Rick Buckler, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like the Jam is my dad's favorite band ever, and it was a bit that hurt a little bit
yeah.
when he
That
passed.
I know that because I had Rick Buckler on Ask the Drummer, so it
Mm,
kind of
yeah,
like it really hit me that one as
mm,
well. But again, Clem Burke. So rest in peace to both of them. But anyways, going back to you now. So
yeah,
what about drumming heroes? You mentioned Arctic Monkeys
yeah.
drummer. Do you have any other drumming heroes? Rennie.
Rennie, yeah, Rennie just from the pure like what is he doing? What is he playing? I think that on for that side, I think being from a kid, it's got to be Taylor Hawkins,
Okay, yeah.
um, Trey Cool from Green Day,
Okay, yeah,
just
yeah,
stupidly fast. And then obviously getting a little bit old. Well, yeah, getting older, I start to listen to older drummers. So John Bonham, you can't not
oh
mention John
God,
Bonham
yeah,
because he's
yeah.
ridiculous.
And it's
And then
yeah,
probably
he's the drummer's drummer. I mean, John Bonham.
yeah,
If you ask a
everything.
drummer, yeah, it's amazing.
Mm. But yeah, Matt Helders and recent band Royal Blood, Ben Thatcher. If you the two piece Royal Blood, check them
Yeah.
out. Wow, oh my God, incredible, incredible.
What do you think of Ringo Starr?
I think he was. I think he gets underappreciated because it's a weird one with Ringo. A lot of people say that he's overrated because he wasn't like fast and flamboyant and stuff.
Mm,
But the best drummers for me sit in the pocket because they're always in time and they play the right thing at the right time. And Ringo always did that. Ringo
yeah,
never played something and you go, "Oh, that didn't sound right." He just knew how to play the song, and that's what the perfect drummer is, I think.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But you're more of a showman than Ringo.
But yeah, I think in terms of personally, I wouldn't go Ringo Starr's the best drummer ever because
Yeah,
he's not in my eyes, but
yeah.
he's a legend. But no, I think more the the
The
quick
fast,
players.
yeah,
Yeah.
the fast ones. What about drumming disasters? Have you ever had any like accidents in your 7 years of playing with Shade?
Um, yeah, quite a few to be honest. Uh, I've snapped a few sticks. That's never great. Um, I think the worst one is touch wood. I can't. There's no wood. There's a door there. I need to touch it now.
Oh, right.
Superstitious like that. Um, I've never had anything really bad go wrong apart from we was playing. It was when we was a little bit smaller and we was just doing the bars and pubs and stuff. We did a place in Shaw called Tara Leisure, and it was a New Year's Eve gig, and skin the kick drum skin just went straight through,
Oh,
and this was
yeah,
only what maybe 20 minutes into the gig, so I had to do the rest the other hour or so
yeah.
without a kick drum. So that was probably the worst.
Was it yours though? Was
It
it
was
yours?
mine, yeah. So I
Okay,
had to pay for it
because
as well.
if you were supporting, it was somebody else's kick drum.
Oh God, yeah. No, it was
That would
mine.
have been a disaster as well. Like, yeah. So, when you play, do you always bring your? No, because when you did the lottery winners, that
Mm.
was not your kit, was it? It
No,
was
so there
somebody
was a bit
else.
of confusion at that gig actually because when we got asked to play, we just assumed that it was a um, full band sort of setup. Um, excuse me, and we was a bit, and we saw a few pictures from the other gigs building up to it, and we was like, "There's not a full drum kit there."
No.
Turned out
Yeah.
it was an acoustic set, so we weren't told. So the lottery winners were fine with it. We were like, there was like, if you want to bring your drum kit, then it's fine. So
Uh,
that's why I was playing a little bit quieter. Um,
but that was yours because when I noticed that the final one, because you know in the second band Jeremiah, I think it's called.
yeah.
So they had a different. It's almost like when you were playing, you had more
Mm,
parts of the drums, and then at the end when it's a lottery winners, it's only like a very basic one. It's almost
yeah.
like just one.
I had to bring my rack tom and floor tom because we didn't from the 2 weeks that we rehearsed, we
Yeah,
didn't practice the acoustic set, so we just did it full band. So I was
yeah,
like, oh, I can't really do, I'll have to just bring something, I'll have to bring them with me and
yeah, yeah.
um but no, it was okay. It was okay.
So it was acoustic. So you were playing it so like quietly then,
Yeah.
even though it sounded like really big.
Tom from the lottery winners, I think when we first started, I didn't realize how big the room sounded as well. So I think when I first hit a cymbal, everyone was like, "Ooh, that's loud,"
Yeah. Well,
and I was like, "Oh no, I'm gonna have to like really be gentle here." And that's something I can't do. I can't play the drums gently, but it was all
okay.
right.
No, amazing. I mean, that set was just really, really good, and that's
Thank
why I
you.
think I'm probably gonna go and see you supporting this Laurie Wright because
Mm,
I looked at my diary and I think that's clear. That's a free day, so I'm gonna go and
yeah.
see you. So at least I can see you playing a full, so
Proper,
like
yeah,
a full
properly.
thing. Yeah. So final question is: I know you're still young, you're very young, but what would be your advice to aspiring drummers or musicians?
Um, I'd say, and it's a proper cliche actually. When you think you can't, like obviously with especially with drums, because it is a really it really messes your brain up when you first start playing. Just keep practicing, and I think that's as simple as it is really. If you keep practicing, keep repeating the same things, keep doing it, and obviously do it for the passion of music as well. I think because if you're not in it for the music, then you're in the wrong business.
Oh, that is true. Yeah, that is very true. So do you still practice every day?
Well, not today. I think when we'll be back in the studio this
Yeah.
coming week. So we usually do 3-4 days a week. So I try and get in as much in as possible.
Oh, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. Thank you so much. Thank you, Oliver. Do you want to
Of
just,
course.
invite our viewers and those who are going to be watching this on YouTube that your gigs, especially the After All Festival, but there's one which is in 2 weeks' time. You said to bring the noise. So if you want to just like invite everyone to your gigs, then that would be
Yeah,
great.
of course. Yeah. So obviously that one is in Sheffield. So if you do live in Sheffield, come down because there's loads of good bands on.
Yeah,
Um, but I'd say definitely Gorilla. That's the big one.
that's in October.
Oh, in October,
October.
yeah. So there's still tickets left. So that's with SJM as well. So it's quite a big promotion company for
Yeah,
us.
yeah.
So that's the big one. That's going to be special because we've got a lot of good stuff planned for that night.
For that one, yeah, because you're
Yeah,
headlining that one as well.
we
So yeah.
are. Yeah, yeah,
And After All Festival, I've got to say this because I'm sure Owen would probably say, no, you've got to.
yeah. Of
You've
course,
got to
yeah. After
promote.
all,
Yeah, After
it's
All Festival. And you're the headliners of After All
yeah.
Festival.
So I
So
think it start. I think you said before it starts at
yeah, it's
12
12 noon, I think, yeah. And three
and it's
different venues.
all
In
day. So yeah, it'll be a good day that. So that's on
Yeah.
the 10th of May as well. Yeah,
And Shade are playing at Gulliver's at 9
and
o'clock.
9 o'clock. Yeah,
Okay, well, thank
mm,
you so much, Oliver,
of
and I
course.
wish you the best of luck. And I will see you. I will see you in Shade soon.
Yeah,
So, yeah,
perfect.
take
Amazing.
care.
Thank you for having me
All
as
right,
well.
thank you. See ya.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Oh, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us live. Oh my God, it's so amazing. I mean, like I said, drummers from Manchester are absolutely great. And because I see two drummers, no, actually three, because Narcissus has also got a drummer, but it's a different kind of drumming because he's a stand, he was standing, and it's actually brilliant because he's got what do you call it, drumsticks that light up, which is fantastic last night. But anyways, yeah, thank you so much to Oliver Clare. And like he said, they'll be doing lots of gigs this year. The first one is Bring the Noise in Sheffield. So if you're in or around the Sheffield area, do Google it, and it sounds like a really good lineup there. And then Tramlines in July, but After All Festival in May, and they're supporting Laurie Wright, who seems like a really good artist as well. So might see you there if you're going. And then of course the headliner gig in October, and that's at Gorilla. So it's the 4th of October. That's my daughter's birthday, so I'll remember that one. So thank you all so much. We're back next week. And I've got to say that it's not a drummer from Manchester next week. It's I think he's from Scotland somewhere, Glasgow. I think he's from. So, but yeah, do keep an eye out for the guest announcement post, and hopefully I'll see you all again next week. I just have to say, it's really sad that Glenn Burke and Rick Buckler are gone. But yeah, that's just what it is. But so yeah, thank you all so much, and see you next week. And as always, love music, love life, love drummers. They're absolutely amazing, and You know, I wish I was a drummer, but I'm not. So I just love drummers. So anyway, see you all again. So bye for now. Bye.